This is a model question for our level 2 exam. Let's check it out. Select the youngest of all possible classifications for the following tequila. Blend of 3 different tequilas, 18 months, 20 months, and 60 months in oak barrels with a 225-liter capacity. The barrels previously held cognac inside them. After blending, the product rested in stainless steel for 6 months. A. Blanco, B. Reposado, C. Añejo, or D. Extra Añejo. There are actually 2 ways to go when you want to kind of understand or kind of solve the issue like this. First, I'm going to show you how to identify all the classifications that this tequila can actually belong to, right? Because that's the question, and always look for the question. You need to look for all the possible classifications and select the youngest out of them. So we're blending 3 different tequilas. One of them 18 months, the second 20 months, and 60 months. So first of all, let's just try and put where these tequilas would classify as, right? So 18 months is, or 12 months, meaning it can classify individually as an añejo. 20 months is also more than 1 year, so it's also an añejo. And typically a 60 months old barrel is going to qualify as an extra añejo. But for añejo and extra añejo, there's also a size limitation, which is 600 liters. 225 liter is well within that capacity. So we're actually blending añejos and an extra añejo barrel. Okay. The blend itself, though, can also, once you blend it, it will maximum be the youngest of the blend. So when you mix extra añejo with añejo, you can classify it as añejo. Or if you blend an extra añejo with a reposado, the reposado will be the kind of key to classify it, because the blend can only be as old as the youngest in the blend, right? Okay, so the barrels previously held cognac inside them. This actually doesn't give us any information or any additional information. You have to be, mindful. Sometimes there's just no information at all in some of these things. And after blending, the product rested in stainless steel for 6 months. A product can rest in stainless steel for an indefinite amount of time. The Cert, you have to come to recertify it after a certain period of time has passed. But for our purpose or for classification, it doesn't really change anything. Okay, so we have añejo as the as the main kind of classification, because the product will classify as an añejo. However, it will also classify as a reposado. Why? Because there is no maximum age gap for tequila. You can always, what we say, demote it. So if it qualifies as extra añejo, it will qualify as an añejo and reposado as well. If it qualifies as añejo, it will qualify as reposado as well. So it will qualify as reposado and añejo. Of course, most producers will use añejo as a classification, but they actually have the right to call it reposado, and there are some products that just have that as well. So out of the 2, reposado and añejo, the youngest of the 2 is actually the reposado. So the correct answer is B. Let me tell you this. If you have a question, and this is going to be a shortcut, what's the youngest of all possible classifications? And it's an aging exercise, right? You only need to check if a product actually qualifies as simply as a reposado, right? Because if it qualifies as a reposado, then it's going to be the youngest possible classification, right? So if you go through everything and you see, okay, this product can actually classify as a reposado, you can just easily pick the B without actually identifying all the classifications that a product can be, and save some time potentially so that you can have more time for the other questions that you have in the exam. This is the tips and tricks for the exam, and wishing you all the best for it. Cheers.